A photograph taken during a quiet hike reveals something unsettling hidden between the trees. A man recording alone in a forest hears a voice that has no explanation. Campers deep in the mountains notice a large figure watching them from a distance. A group investigating a haunted location captures something moving just beyond sight. A driver on an empty road suddenly finds something directly in front of them. And a motion-activated camera records something moving far too fast through the woods. These are some of the most unsettling and unexplained moments ever captured, each one raising questions that remain unanswered even after being carefully examined. But before we begin, subscribe to our channel so we can continue bringing you more strange and disturbing moments like these. And tell me in the comments which sighting you found the most unsettling and why it stood out to you the most. The creepy figure in the photo. During a family hiking trip in the woods of Sea Pines, Hilton Head, a photograph was taken and later shared online. After it was posted online, viewers began noticing something unsettling in the background. Between the trees, a faint figure appeared, small and pale against the darker surroundings. The shape seemed to resemble a young girl wearing a light-colored dress, standing partially obscured by shadow. Some who looked closer pointed out the position of the head, slightly tilted to one side, as if hanging at an unnatural angle. The longer people studied the image, the more disturbing it became. Yet not everyone was convinced. Others argued it was nothing more than a trick of light, shadows aligning to form something that wasn't really there. But the figure's presence remained difficult to ignore. Was it simply an illusion, or something quietly captured without anyone noticing? But sometimes, what's captured isn't something you can see. It's something you can hear. The ghostly voice. During a trip to Tenerife, a man from a group paused alone in a pine forest on Mount Tide and began recording the quiet surroundings. While sitting there, he suddenly heard a whisper close to his ear. It was clear and distinct, as if someone had spoken directly beside him. Yet there was no one around. Later, when he reviewed the recording, something even stranger appeared. Beneath the natural sounds of the forest, a faint voice could be heard. It sounded like a woman speaking softly, though the words were difficult to make out. The man later believed the voice said, "Was machst du?" a German phrase meaning, "What are you doing?" There had been no one near him. Was it simply an audio illusion, or something unseen trying to communicate? And in some cases, the presence isn't hidden. It's watching from deeper within the forest. The large creature in the forest. In the summer of 2011, a group of men camping in the mountains of Utah recorded something unusual while exploring the forest. As they moved deeper between the trees, one of them noticed movement ahead. At first, it was subtle, just a disturbance in the brush, but then a shape became visible in the distance. The figure appeared large, its body covered in what looked like thick, dark hair. It stood partially obscured, watching from between the trees before shifting out of sight. For a moment, it seemed too big to be any known animal in the area. The men tried to focus on it, but the creature moved and slipped into the thick forest. Within seconds, it was gone, leaving only silence behind. Some who later saw the footage believed it could be Bigfoot. Others weren't so sure. Was it simply an animal, or something far less familiar? But sometimes, people don't just encounter these things by accident. They go looking for them. Skinwalker investigation. A team of investigators visited Ferrari Farms, a location long associated with reports of paranormal activity and local legends. Not long after arriving, things began to feel off. Strange movements could be heard in the distance, along with faint, disembodied sounds that didn't seem to come from any clear direction. At one point, a loud crack echoed through the woods, like a heavy branch snapping under pressure, even though nothing could be seen nearby. The group paused, trying to make sense of what they had just heard. The surrounding darkness remained still, but later, when reviewing the footage, something unexpected appeared. A figure moved quietly near the edge of the frame, partially hidden by trees. Its shape resembled a human, with a visible face and upright posture. Yet something about its movement felt unnatural. The team couldn't determine if it was a person, or something far more unsettling lurking just beyond their sight. And in some cases, whatever is out there doesn't stay hidden. It appears without warning. The motionless presence. Just after 5 a.m., a camper driving along a quiet road in the UK faced a shock when he suddenly noticed something. From a distance, the road appeared completely empty under the dim morning light. There was nothing in sight as the vehicle moved forward. But in a split second, something changed. A figure was suddenly standing in the middle of the road, as if it had appeared out of nowhere. There had been no movement, no approach, no sign of anyone stepping into view. It simply appeared as if teleported there from another dimension. The driver swerved, narrowly missing the motionless shape. It didn't react, didn't move, didn't acknowledge the vehicle at all. For a brief moment, it looked like a person caught mid-presence. Some later suggested such figures could be spirits of those who died on that road. But if it wasn't there before, then what exactly appeared in front of the car? But sometimes the most unsettling encounters aren't the ones standing still, but the ones moving far too fast to understand. The mysterious shape in the woods. Late one night, a homeowner living deep in the woods reviewed footage from a wildlife camera set outside his property. What he found was not an animal. A faint, almost transparent figure suddenly appeared between the trees, moving at a speed that didn't seem natural. It crossed the frame in seconds, far faster than any person could walk through dense forest at night. At first, it looked like a distortion in the recording. But when the footage was slowed down, the shape became clearer. The figure had the outline of a human body, its limbs moving in a running motion, yet its form remained strangely incomplete. There were no clear features, only a shifting white silhouette passing through darkness. The man couldn't understand how anyone could be out there, moving like that, at such an hour. Was it simply someone passing through, or something not entirely human? Across these moments, a pattern begins to form. A figure hidden in a photograph, a voice speaking where no one stands, a presence watching from the trees, something moving just beyond sight, and something appearing without warning in the middle of an empty road. Different places, different witnesses, yet the same unsettling question remains. Are these incidents with simple explanations, or glimpses of something we were never meant to experience? The story doesn't end here. For more mysteries, join us and subscribe to Beyond the Myth.